G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Welcome. For quite some time now, I have been wanting a roof rack.
Yep, you
For
have.
a myriad of reasons. Paul has, up until very recently,
Been a little resistant.
a little, you reckon?
Mildly resistant.
Mildly. Okay, that might be the understatement of the year.
That is until Vic Off-Road offered us a roof rack to try. So we've decided, all right, let's go ahead with it. We'll give it a shot.
You decided. I always wanted one.
Oh, okay. So now we both agree. Wendy gets a roof rack and I get to try one out. So the one we got from Vic Off-Road is called a Sanhema roof rack. And I must admit, they're a nice looking unit. This one is specifically designed for the LC200. They do have other designs for different model cars, but our one is specifically for the LC200. So really looking forward to getting it on the roof and testing it out.
So the next thing is fitting it. I was pretty keen to have someone who knows what they're doing installing it.
However, I thought I wouldn't mind actually having a go at installing it myself. Not that I'm a super handyman or anything, but I don't mind having a go at a couple of things, and this doesn't look too tricky. So hopefully it's not too hard.
See how we go.
All right, let's get this roof rack up on the roof.
Whoa, that's a big unit.
So these brackets are specially made for the Land Cruiser 200 series, or for my model, the VX. Brackets for that, and the bolts, and the roof rack. Alright, so it's very simple instructions that came with it, but I have actually looked at YouTube and I've seen how to do it, so we'll test out my skills at putting this together. First thing I need to do is to get the existing rails off the Cruiser. So I'll have a go at that. Apparently it's not too hard. So this one in the middle, I've got a screwdriver in the back, in here. And then it just comes out. So that was easy. There's a bolt there holding this rail on. The front one here, there's a little lug just up here at the front. And that's how easy that one comes off.
Is it easy enough to get off, Paul?
Yeah, it seems to be. Alright, so it seems I've butchered it a bit. I've actually managed to push the bolts right through, so now I've got nothing for the new bolts to actually screw into. So these holes here, they're supposed to have a bolt you can screw it into, but I've pushed it right in. It's inside the chassis now. Now apparently that's very hard to get out because of all the airbags and everything in it. It's very hard to pull the headlining off. So what I've found online is you can get these things called plus nuts. Interesting name, but anyway. But you put those in and they actually hold in place. Now I went to Bunnings and they don't have them. I went to Super Cheap Auto and they don't have them either. So I'm going to have to order them online, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, I'll have to wait a couple of days now to get these. There are a mountain of nuts and bolts that come with it. I can get them sorted. So I've set up these ones with the bolt, spring washer, through the mounting bracket, and then the rubber washer, and then straight onto the roof of the car. And that was pretty straightforward. Altogether there are 8 anchor points on the roof. I managed to bugger up 2 of them. I've covered the holes while I wait for the plus nuts so rain doesn't get in. So my next step is to actually put the backbone on. And there's just 4 spots there where that goes into it. And I'm using this hexagonal bolt with a spring washer and a washer over that onto one of these little lock nuts which would fit in there. Okay, one side done. Now I've only done them up finger tight because I don't know the proper dimensions yet, so I need to be able to move them at some stage. Alright, so the plus nuts arrived this week and hopefully they're the right ones. Okay, they've got the flange here, which when I put it into the car, hopefully this opens up and holds in place. The first test though is, does this fit? Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be no problem. Alright, let's go. Trusty little helper down here. Say good day. No, I don't think he's going to be much help, but anyway, see how we go. So first thing I want to check is, does this fit in there? So there's the holes, and unfortunately, no. Damn. I'm going to have to drill those out a bit, make them a bit bigger. Just get hold of a drill and a few drill bits, so a bit nervous drilling holes into my car. Hopefully one of these works. Unfortunately, the biggest drill bit is still not big enough to put the hole in it. So I'm going to use a file and try and open it up a little bit with that. It doesn't need much more, just a little bit. So anyway, I'll see how I go with the file if I can get it in. Bingo. The file is now my new best friend. I was able to actually get the holes big enough to drop the plus nuts in. So, next step.
But of course, things aren't that simple.
I wasn't able to get the plus nuts to secure into place. I'm actually making more of a mess as I go along, so I thought I'm going to stop now, but I'll show you what I did. So I've got the plus nut in here, but I can't get it tightened because as soon as you try and tighten the nut, it just spins around everywhere. I don't know how to stop it from doing that. I'm just scratching all the Juco up here. I've come up with another solution, trying to tighten this plus nut. I'll show you what the plan is. So I've got a couple of bolts here. I put this bolt on, the washer, then feed it into the plus nut, like so, till it's all the way to the bottom. So that's the bottom now. Then what I do is I put this one down to there. With a spanner, I'll twist that around, which will compress that and make it stick in the roof. That's the plan. Test is, will it actually work? So this is how I've set up the plus nut. So it's threaded right through to the end with the washers there and the bottom bolt and then the top bolt. And then it slots in here like that. And look at that, solid as a rock. Whew, I dodged a bullet with that one. Alright, one more to go and then we get the roof rack on. Alright, so this works well with the plus nuts. It actually really secure them nice and tight, so it's a good solution. However, there is a bit of a hiccup. I don't know if you can pick it in there, but actually the force I've used to tighten it has bent the bolt, so now the nut doesn't move or swivel on it at all. So I actually had to go and get a couple more. But because it was so late in the day, Mitre 10 up at Mullumbimby was closed. So I had to wait till Sunday, today, to nick up there this morning to finish the last two of the plus nuts. I've got a couple more of these and I'll try and be a bit more careful and see if I can keep them straight. However, another hurdle, it is bucketing down rain here. It looks like it's going to rain all day. So I'm still going to be delayed in getting this done. It seems to be one thing after another, honestly. Oh, is that funny? Oh,
Yeah.
pull it off for a second.
Well, you need to measure the runner with the thing, I think.
So we're trying a different method. I'm going to put this bit on first. The other one wasn't very successful. So I'll put these on and then attach the roof rack to it.
There.
All right, smiling.
Could you hold it up?
Yeah.
As soon as we get in the bunk here.
Great. You go on the other side.
Guess what? I know how to catch them.
Whoa, look at that! Woohoo! Finally! Yay!
Now, let's try and connect it. So the biggest problem is I can't get my hands in here to tighten this bolt. There's nowhere to, like even from the top here, can't get underneath or anything like that. So what I've done is I've taken these off, which sit across here. It's just a matter of getting these. And I'm hoping that it actually means I can remove the rail and get my hand in to tighten it up, and then I'll just screw them back on. Alright, so I didn't realise there's screws under here. And I can't really get to them. So hopefully I've given myself enough room to get my hand in. It was a bit tight, but I managed to get the bolts tightened up. I couldn't get the socket ratchet under the platform to tighten up the middle bolts. Now, it would have been easier if I'd had a 13mm ring spanner instead of trying to use the shifting spanner. So the roof rack has a light bar at the front, as I said before. It's got this cable here, which actually you wire up to your lights. So when you switch your lights on, the light bar comes on. I was going to actually have a go at that myself, but given the trouble I had with putting the thing up all together, I'm thinking I might actually get someone to do it. But I'll have a look into it and see how I go over the next week or so. So that's it, the roof rack's all installed. And it looks pretty good too, I must admit. There's only one thing left to do, and we need to go and give it a road test. Alright, let's go see how it handles 110 kilometres an hour. Alright, we're sitting at 110 kilometres an hour on the freeway right now, and can't hear a thing.
No, I can't hear anything either.
No, so very nice.
It is good, yeah.
Because I've heard that some of them, they whistle and carry on like crazy when you're
Yeah.
doing this sort of speed.
I'll open up the well, there's a little bit more resistant noise when you've got the sunroof open, but it's not terrible.
No, I mean you can't hear it in here, so.
No, you can't.
Well, I must admit, it was a bit more of an effort than I thought. I was ready to give up a couple of times, but we got it done.
3 weekends later.
3 weekends later, but it's done. And how good does it look?
Yeah, I tell you what, it actually is quite an attractive little unit on
It
top
is,
of
isn't
the
it?
car.
I reckon it is.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it. And the fact that there's no noise as you're driving down the highway
Yeah,
is just a bonus.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, if you're looking for a roof rack, I can thoroughly recommend the Sanhema roof racks from Vic Off-Roads. I'll put a link in the description below, and yeah, check them out. So the next thing is to have a look at the light bar and just see what I'm going to do with that, whether I actually have a go at that myself, or maybe I'll take it in somewhere just to get and wire it up for me. After my experience with installing it, it might have been worth a couple $100 to get someone to fit it. But anyway, see
You
how we
did
go.
it. Well done.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.